Okay, so matched with this guy on Bumble a couple days ago, sent a bunch of messages back and forth. He's really handsome, really nice, interesting, cute, good job, like, you know, I'm interested. And we're talking back and forth, and this is important. I am talking at length about being a mother because I'm a mom. So we hop on the phone. I'm like, hi. He's like, hi. And we're talking, and he's just like, I think you are so beautiful. You just seem so amazing. And he's like, I just want to be fully transparent with you. I was like, okay, what's up? I hate children. And he's still talking. I just went, beep, like, what?
I got set up on a date last night again by a different guy, not the same guy that's to be out before. So this is the second time this has happened to me. Like, hey, just checking in, and it went straight to sent as text message.
So do you ever just talk to someone, right? You're talking to someone and like it's going well, and then all of a sudden you get the ick from them and it's like totally turns it off?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Desert Cast. Give me the sit rep. And maybe you woke up this morning thinking you have too many brain cells. Well, if you want to lose some, you're in the right place, because we have single mothers dating. One of the worst decisions ever taken. Let's watch.
Okay, so matched with this guy on Bumble a couple days ago, sent a bunch of messages back and forth. He's really handsome, really nice, interesting, cute, good job, like, you know.
Yeah, to explain what she means, because he was really attractive, he also magically, coincidentally, happened to be really nice and interesting, and, you know, the vibe was good, etc. It just so magically happens, guys, the halo effect, that when a guy happens to be attractive, if he has some bad characteristics, they just dismiss them, or, you know, give an explanation as to why they happen, you know, try to be understanding. If you don't happen to be attractive, you can be the most interesting guy in the world, you can be funny, you can be exciting, however, they're not gonna value it.
I'm interested. And we're talking back and forth, and this is important. I am talking at length about being a mother because I'm a mom. It's in my bio. It's clearly all over my Instagram. Like, it's very clear that I have a child. So just remember that. And so we're talking, he's like, I'd love to take you on a date. Sends me this restaurant, beautiful restaurant in the North End. So I'm like down, I'm like, all right, let's go. Like, I'm really excited. And he's like, but before we like agree on like a time and everything like that, can we talk on the phone? And I was like, even better, because I love FaceTiming, talking on the phone before a date, because just because it's going good over text doesn't mean it's like gonna like be the vibe when you're like face to face with someone. So we hop on the phone. I'm like, hi. He's like, hi. And we're talking, and he's just like, I think you are so beautiful. You just seem so amazing. But I wanted to be fully transparent with you before we meet up. And I was like, okay. And we also, I don't know if I said this before, but we both established that we are looking for relationships. We're not looking to hook up. Like, we're looking to go out and find our person. And he's like, I just want to be fully transparent with you. I was like, okay, what's up? I hate children. Huh? Yeah, I just really wanted you to know that I like can't stand kids. What?
All right, two things. First off, men don't read bios. Stop putting all the bullcrap there. We don't read bios. I mean, I don't have dating apps to start with, but if I had any, I wouldn't read dating bios. Why? Because if you don't happen to be a top 5% of men as a guy, no matter how much you read bios and you try to be entertaining, it's not going to work, right? Men who are not the top 5%, they go on dating apps, they swipe left 1,000 women, and from these 1,000 women, maybe 20 are gonna swipe back. There's no time to be reading bios, these long ass paragraphs that they write about how they like Taylor Swift and what is their favorite color. Nobody gives a damn. You're not gonna get a chance as a man to have any sort of conversation if you're not a top percentage guy, right? Just ask any man, not even ugly men, guys, not even the average Joe. Is just, you can be attractive or whatever. You have to understand, from the viewpoint of these women, they get hit on by so many guys in the hundreds, that in the same way that women don't even glance at the direction of men who are not the top 5%, in the same way men don't read your crappy bios because you're just gonna ignore them, right? Second of, the reason why this man, even though of course he didn't read bios, the reason why he didn't know that you're a single mother is because when you think of a single mother, right? I mean, what I picture in my brain is a woman in her 40s, is single because probably the husband isn't around anymore. He's not on earth, all right? Or they just had a divorce after years of trying. That's what I picture when I imagine a single mother. But nowadays, guys, single mothers, they start from age 18. And we have single mothers who are 20 years old. It's just pathetic. It's just so miserable. You're a single mother at 20. Like, what have you done, woman? What have you done with your life to be a single mother at 20? How many wrong decisions did it take to become a single mother at 20? And already deprive your little innocent child of a father. It's just so sad for the children. For these women, it's pathetic and disgusting. But now let's continue.
Like, then I'm like, my brain like froze for half a second. He's still talking. I just went, beep, like, what?
Hey guys, before we move on to this other, of course, innocent woman, look, if you don't get lucky with this one guy, just keep in mind that most men do not dislike children, right? This man is an exception. Most men like children and like to be around children and like to have children. So you're talking about the exception, all right? Don't try to make this point of, man, I'm just so unlucky. No, you're not unlucky. The vast majority of men enjoy children. Now, that's a different thing from wanting to take care of your children from a different man. But yes, most guys do enjoy being around children. So don't go for that one extremely attractive Chad. You can go for any other guy who likes children. Now, whether they decide to take care of a different child from a different man, that's a whole nother thing.
Talk, I just went, beep, like, what?
I got set up on a date last night again by a different guy, not the same guy that's to be out before. So this is the second time this has happened to me. Hi, my name is Sarah, and if you're asking what my night was last night, how it was eye-opening and made me want to like go crawl in a hole. This guy that I was talking to for a whole month, 37-year-old man, so, thinking he'd be a little bit more emotionally secure, and him telling me, him saying he wants the same things I want, yada yada, being
Go straight to the insults, guys. He was disrespectful, he was immature, and my favorite word, not enough emotionally intelligent. All those things, just straight to the insults. Apply them to your own life, land whale. Why didn't you be more, respectful with the husband you kicked out of your family unit? Why didn't you plan more for the future, plan ahead? Why weren't you more devoted to your man instead of kicking him out, right? I mean, it's easy to be a single mother and have done 1,000 mistakes and then go crying on the internet. Men today, they don't want to take care of me and my child. They don't want to be this really devoted guy who just gifts all his money to a woman he was talking to from a month ago, right? Straight to the insults.
respectful. Like, you would think he wouldn't be a POS, but apparently he was a POS, which I guess dodged a bullet on that. But texted me yesterday morning asking if we could finally hang out, because we've tried to hang out before. Things came up, we couldn't, we had to reschedule. So he's asking, hey, can we go out tonight? Is there any chance you can go out tonight? I was like, well, let me see if I can find a babysitter. So I was able to find a babysitter. took the time. It's the time and energy that I took. I got ready. I got my daughter ready. I drove down to drop her off. And I texted him like, you know, a couple hours later because I didn't hear from him after we confirmed or whatever. And I'm like, hey, just checking in. And it went straight to sent us text message. Straight to send his text message. So I call him. Straight to voicemail. I was like, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. So I texted him again, went to straight to as text message. No, it actually didn't even say that. It just was green. Then I tried calling him again. Straight to voicemail again. Has me blocked.
So, as I'm barely holding off my laughter, I'm gonna say that this man probably didn't know she was a single mother. He just wanted to hook around, and probably because he has been with other single mothers, he knows that a lot of the times they flake, right? They don't have the time, and because he's just looking for a hookup, he decided to block her and not waste his time, right? So, yes, he could have messaged her to tell her he doesn't want to, so she doesn't waste her time. But here's the kicker. He doesn't give a flying flip about her time, right? So unlucky there, miss. It's not the first and it's not the last time it's gonna happen. Welcome to dating as a single mother. We should think more in the past so you didn't end up here. This is the funny thing, guys. These women, if they weren't so entitled and self-absorbed, they could have been in a marriage right now, and instead of spending all this time to get in your car and travel and find out that he blocked you, a stranger that you just knew from a month ago blocked you, you could be in a marriage with a man who probably loved you and wanted to stick with you, but you kicked out because you thought that you can get something better, right? They always think this thing, guys. They don't commit to their marriages. They don't try to solve the problems. They don't try to stand their vows. They just think that they can, just kick him out. I'm gonna find me a better one. And then, surprise, surprise, now you're a single, miserable mother that is getting uglier with each passing day, losing her youth, and you're meeting a bunch of guys that don't give a crap about you, don't even remember your name, and they just want to have fun. Because in this era, most women are just loose 304s, and they are cheap, and you can get S3X really cheaply. So they just take advantage. And you decided to put yourself in that situation. You could have been that, mother, that wife who is traditional and doesn't go through all of this. You can be an example to your child of what a woman should be and how she stands and fights for the family. But no, you decided to be one of the 304s that dates and sleeps with multiple men. So now you're here. Congratulations.
And men, there's guys out there who really wonder, oh, girls girls are so mean. They expect us to take them to ninth places, or
Exactly.
Oh, they won't accept the coffee date. Yeah, it's because of the time and energy we put in, and then you do shit like this.
Don't care. There's no word in the dictionary to explain how little I care, right? Humanity hasn't come up with a word that expresses or defines the absolute zero fucks that I give about the energy and time you put. You're a single mother. Nobody gives a damn. You're one of the many, right? You're not a tragedy. You're just one of the many single mothers in an endless sea of single mothers, right? So any guy out there, you're just a name. And attached to that name, there is baggage. So he doesn't care. If he wanted to save a single mother, he could go for one of the many millions there are. And he probably decided he wants someone who is more youthful and carries less baggage, right? I just don't care about your time, man. Nobody cares about the time and energy. Oh, but I put on makeup. Now you have to value me and value my time. No, nobody cares. I mean, men, they pay for the date. They do all those things. They pay for the Uber a lot of the times. And then when they expect something like S3X, you say, you're not entitled to my body. Fair enough. You're not entitled to a man's time. So if he has decided that he doesn't want to spend his time with you, excuse me, why are you expecting his time? Why are you expecting him to show up to the date? Are you entitled to his time? No.
Anyway, so I am...
Seems like she reacted to what I just told her. Right? I just told her to stick her energy on her time where the sun don't shine, and she just reacted. Let's play that again.
Anyway, so I am off the dating scene for the next, I would say 20 to 40 years. I don't know what.
If I had a penny for every time a woman says, I'm out of dating, that's it, I'm just done, man today. If I had a penny for every time they return to dating in less than a week, I'd just be a millionaire at this point.
When I'll be back on the dating scene, but I don't know. That shit pissed me off for real.
Happy November. So do you ever just talk to someone, right? You're talking to someone and like it's going well, and then all of a sudden you get the ick from them and it's like totally turns it off?
The ick, gentlemen, the ick. It's like women, these women are so immature, right? That they're so stupid and they have no moral background that they can't even express what they don't like. They can't put a definition as to the reasons that are non-existent in this case of why they don't want to, for example, stick to a marriage or date a guy, that they have come up with this bullshit word, the ick, which is just, you know, disliking the vibe or something like this, you know, or it's the red flags. They cannot even put into words what exactly is the problem, right? I mean, 2023 is filled with these whimsical, nonsensical words that they come up with. So she just got the ick, gentlemen. Let's find out why.
Well, I got the ick from someone. It's been weeks. It's an old story, but I'm going to tell y'all. But there was this man I was talking to, and he worked long hours, like long days, right? And we were talking about our day, and he like, I guess was upset that one day I only worked like a couple hours, and then I was at home, and for some reason, instead of like being like, man, good for you that you've like established yourself in your work, that you can only work that much or whatever, he was like hating on me almost, like. And then we started having this like discussion, or he was having like a debate, I was having a discussion on his life being harder than mine. And I'm like, dude, I'm not in competition with you. Like, peace. Like, you chose your job, you chose your schedule, I chose mine. Like, well, this isn't a competition. So we started talking about our schedules and our day-to-day, and I said single parents have it harder than anyone that works 8, 10, 12, 16-hour days. And he did not like that, and he was upset, and like you could hear that he was upset, and he tried to have an argument with me about, no, you barely work today, and you're already at home, and I'm at work, and I'm not going to be at work this time, and then I have to go home, and I'm like, and then I have to eat, and then I have to shower, and then I have to sleep and everything. And I'm like, wait, you get to go home and eat and shower, and you get to go home to a clean house because there haven't been little rugrats destroying it all day. You have to go home and feed other people. You don't have to go home and take like other little ones' baths or anything. Like, you just get to go home and eat what you want, take a shower, and go to sleep. Oh my God, my lip's bleeding. And he didn't understand it. Like, he thought I was arguing with him, and I wasn't. But I was like, for instance, last night, I didn't shower. I don't stink, but I didn't shower. I was so busy with Halloween and my kids and making sure they had fun. I don't think I ate last night. I don't remember if I ate last night. I didn't shower. I didn't get home till 10 because I had to run to HEB to get juice boxes.
Yeah, we get the point. Now, here's the thing. I won't debate which one is harder, to work 16 hours or to be a single mother. The thing is, I'm not gonna lie, right? Being a single mother is quite hard, but nobody forced you to do that. And in the same way that the man chose to work this job, right? Nobody forced him as well. You chose to be a single mother, right? Your husband didn't pass away. He was not. You didn't marry a Christian guy with a lot of morals that did a 180 and became an a-hole. No, you probably married a good guy who you just didn't give a chance because you're so entitled and your expectations are through the atmosphere, and you decided to kick him out, live off his money, most probably, then have your miserable job and be a single mother as well. You chose this. You chose to be here. So you don't get to complain, right? You don't get to say it's too hard. Well, you would have thought about that before you got the divorce, right? Like all these women, guys, they try to be the victim. They try to say how hard it is, which it is. It is hard because it's not meant to be for one person. I mean, when you think about why marriage exists and how kids are born, it takes two people to have a child, and it takes two people to raise him. You're not gonna get a healthy child that's been raised up by a single parent. So again, I won't debate which one is harder. Leave me a comment down below of what you think. But if you, in the same way that if you choose to work 12, 14, 16 hours, you don't get to whine and complain about it because you chose to do that. You could have chosen to go for the 9 to 5. You decided that with more work comes more benefits, and so you decided to take that. For single mothers, it's a different situation because you've decided to be a single mother, but with it doesn't come any sort of benefit, right? With work, you earn more money by working more. With being a single mother, you work more only for your kids to not have a father in this case, right? It's like a lose-lose situation.
And then finally I had to go to sleep. I have to wake up earlier than an hour earlier than I wake up my kids just so I can get ready before the hustle and bustle of my kids. And this man who is single and goes home to the clean house is trying to argue that my life was easier. Like, come on, dude. Like, everyone chooses their life. It's not a competition. Good for you that you work your ass off and you work 12, 14, 16-hour days. That's not the life I chose for myself. I will never choose that. I've been there. I've worked 16-hour days with children, and now I don't have to. It's not a competition. It's not an argument, and I've never talked to that guy since because that was real. Come on, dude. First of all, don't date a single mom if you think your life is so hard, because I'll tell you what, you're gonna learn real quick it's not. Have to date.
Yeah, okay, so the TikTok ends right here, gentlemen, and as a last note, really interesting if you think about the type of men that these women are going after. You know, let's recall back. The first woman said that she was dating a really attractive, really handsome man who happened to have a nice job, meaning he earns a lot. Then the third woman says that she was going for this guy who was working 14-hour, 16-hour days, meaning that he has a lot of money. Interesting. And the second woman didn't specify what type of man it was, but judging by the fact that she was willing to pay for a babysitter and then travel to meet him, you can bet your arse off that it's not the guy with the nice personality, right? She didn't like him because of his nice personality or music taste. Probably he was really attractive as well. Interesting, right? Like from this one video of 3 random women, all 3 of them, 2 for sure, were dating a man that was handsome and earned a lot of money. Interesting, gentlemen, really interesting. You know, it makes me wonder why like 90% of men are struggling to date online and are finding it so hard. This is why we don't read effing bios, because there's no reason to do it. I mean, if you're not really attractive or earn the 6-digit salary, you're just not gonna get the chance with these women. They're not gonna give you the chance, right? Even though they are single mothers, some in their 30s, close to 40s, they still expect to date that really attractive man who earns the 6-digit salary. Which will never happen, guys. It will never happen. I mean, these men that pull the 6-digit numbers and that are really attractive, they have a lot of options, and they just wouldn't settle for a woman in her 40s that has a child from another man, right? It's just common sense. And even if they did, even if for some reason they decided that that's the demographic that they want to date, let me tell you, the personality of a lot of these women just make it impossible. But thank you for watching, gentlemen, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.